So I ran out of space on my phone. I had to free up space. It just totally cut off, but thankfully I was able to recognize it right away. So we left off on Virgo rising. As I was saying, you guys can receive some money when you have a full moon in your second house, or someone gives you something valuable. They hand it down to you, perhaps. Yeah, that's what I see for you, Virgo rising. And just overall, going over what your what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep. Because with the full moon, it's like you're going over your stuff, and you don't want to have all the clutter. So you're almost kind of like decluttering as well. And of course, Libra rising, you guys have this in your first house. All right, so it's been all about, now that the South Node is out of your sign, it's not you on the back burner anymore. You feel you can actually start to, you've been going through this transformation of how you relate to other people for the last couple of years. Really thinking about how people have been treating you. And do you deserve to be treated like that? If people aren't treating you well, you need to make a decision about it. You do not allow people to treat you badly. And you are coming to an awareness of this with the full moon being in your first house. With Libras, okay, let's also look at the sign of Libra. It's the scales. It's balancing things out. You always want to be the mediator, but sometimes being the mediator, you have to take on all this heaviness that you don't need to carry. And so then the downside is that Libras tend to be indecisive, okay? Libras have a hard time making a decision because they want to be fair, so they'll take a long time trying to make a decision on things because they want to be fair. Sometimes it's just hard to know for sure, right? And so, and I mean, I think the only air sign that is good at making more decisive decisions, and I still think they struggle with it regardless, but probably the best out of all the air signs is Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed sign, so they have a better way of being able to make a solid decision on something. When they're ready to cut something out, they will cut it out and it's gone. Like, it is a gone once they decide it. They will give a lot of chances, but once they finally decide to like cut it off, it's done. It's gone. But even then, air signs, air's flowing. It's not like, I would say earth signs are more solidified in making their decisions because they're earthy, they're grounded, right? I went on a rant, but hopefully somebody gets something from that. Scorpio rising, you guys have Libra in your 12th house. So Scorpio, there's something that you have been healing from, maybe unconsciously, that you were not fully aware of. This, especially since the South Node was in your 12th house in Libra for a couple years, there's been a process of healing that you've been going through. And because the 12th house is all about your dreams, your solitude, transcendence, it's also the house of sabotage. So perhaps this full moon is bringing about like a culmination that you are realizing you are actually healing from something. You didn't really know how you were healing from it, but you were somehow unconsciously. So it's a new understanding of things as well. And perhaps you've been getting a lot of spiritual answers through your dreams. I do believe that this has something to do with your sixth house. Your sixth or your seventh? No, your sixth house. This has something to do with your sixth house, where work, health, all that stuff is concerned, right? So I feel that you have the work and focusing on your health and your routines has helped you much if you've been doing that is, if you've been actually taking the opportunity to focus on your routines, your health, and your activities like daily life, then that is what has been helping you to heal from something that has been unconsciously blocking you in a way. But you'll see the fruits of your labor in that. Okay, and now we are on to Sagittarius rising. You guys have Libra in your 11th house. So it's the house of aspirations, group contributions. I think that you've been coming back to some friendships that perhaps you were alienating yourself from for a while, Sagittarius. I think that now you are also recognizing who your friends are and who is helping you succeed in life, who you want to work with, who is going to help you establish the things you want. And so maybe in the last couple of years, you have been aspiring a certain direction, and this is going to be a time where you're going to see the fruits of your labor in that as well. Capricorn rising, you guys have Libra in your 10th house. This has all been about your outer world, how you achieve your successes, reputation, all that kind of stuff. It is the house that you naturally rule, right? But you have Libra there, so it's all about in order to gain success, you have to have good balance within your partnerships, Libra. So you've been seeing in the work dynamics that you have with others, balancing out and kind of balancing yourself in the way that you're handling things. This is connected to your 4th house as well. So perhaps it's like balancing out your home life with your career. And perhaps there's been such a focus on home that it's been affecting your career in ways, but you have, through the process, you've been learning to try to balance it out so that you are not losing touch with the goals you have on your status. It's about just working those two areas of life out, basically. And if you've been working on it, you'll see the fruits of your labor. Aquarius rising, you guys have Libra in your 9th house. So that's a fun house to have Libra in. The 9th house of foreign travels, higher learning, all that good stuff. So how you explore. I think that for you guys, you know what's so interesting is that I'm a Leo rising, right? But I have Aquarius sun. But Aquarius rising, they had this full moon, or they've had Libra in their 9th house. But for Leo rising, like myself, I have it directly opposite of Aquarius rising. So, but they're both connected. They're both connected together. And that's why they say, even though you want to look at your rising the most to know exactly which house it's affecting, it's actually good to look at all three. It's good to look at your sun and your moon and your rising because they are all important parts. And especially for me, because I have 2 opposing in my big 3. So it's just so funny. So with Aquarius risings, you guys have had similar themes to Leo rising, okay? But the only difference is that you've had more of an ability to travel and go out and to, or possibly just had more opportunities to kind of escape like the home base. Like Leo risings, maybe they weren't traveling as much. They had short travels and stuff, but everything was more located within their communities. Aquarius rising, it's like, it's more of a big travel house. So, but in ways, this is also connected to your communication. It's connected to your siblings and your community as well. So whatever you've been working on with that, whatever goals you've been setting, you probably learned a lot of things that came from traveling, came from experiences of traveling. So, and you're reflecting on that and what to do next. Pisces rising, you guys had Libra in your 8th house. And so last couple of years having that south node there, and then the north node being in your 2nd house, yeah, you've had to focus a lot on your possessions, right? On things that like your property and all that. But I think what you're starting to realize for all the Pisces risings, you guys have had so many things zone focused on your house of self that this is all tied to how you are the creator of your destiny. That is really the zone focus for all Pisces and all Pisces placements for that matter. So it's like all those themes. And you, I think, this full moon being your 8th house, you could really, it could be a time for you to really release like what's been keeping you stagnant from being able to gain money and wealth and stuff in some way. Full moon though can also be that you receive as well. 2nd house and 8th house are money houses, okay? But the 8th house is also involving spiritual stuff too, and regeneration, other people's resources. So it's something like how you're circulating your resources and such. If you've been kind of putting forth some effort into goals of what, like kind of decluttering, going through like psychological changes, regenerating in some way, because this is all connected to yourself, your outward appearance, then you're going to see a culmination of that happening. You might be revisiting some traumas, and perhaps you've been really working on those things, but kind of on the side, right? Like it's been in the background. It hasn't been front and center or anything. But I think you could see the fruits of your labor in regards to your shared finances, other people, some hidden things, you know, about all the hidden things and how it relates to you. So that's what I have for all the signs. And we have a lot of stuff coming up, you guys. It's crazy. It's actually quite crazy. All the stuff that we have coming up right now. It's going to be, I mean, I think that this is going to be a great year for a lot of transforming. And I'm talking about big transformations, okay? Not little here and there. I believe that all of us right now are going through some major turning points in our lives. And I mean, it's with stories of redemption, stories of success, stories of breaking generational curses, breaking generational karma. That is what we are experiencing right now. Doesn't matter what your sign is, you are breaking something. You're breaking a cycle that has kept you stagnant. You are breaking pains, traumas, fears, guilt, shame. You are breaking them and starting anew. The last couple of years was leading into the final showdown between the last zodiac of the sign Pisces and our everyday life, 6th house, which is Virgo. The North Node is not in Virgo though. The North Node is in the last sign of the zodiac, and that means after this nodal axis is completed, there's going to be a brand new beginning, that it'll be a different dimension that we have no idea that we don't even know, right? And I kind of think back to my first nodal return. My first nodal return was in, what was it? It's like 2006 or 2007 or something. It was around the time that I graduated from high school, basically, because you get your first nodal return then. And then you have your nodal reverse, which is like every, I forgot, like something years. It's like halfway through. But I remember it's like my life is completely different compared to what it was prior to my first nodal return. I was such an insecure person. I'm not trying to say that I'm super secure now. Okay, I'm not saying that. All right. There's a lot of stuff that I still have to work on. I've been working on it, but I mean, I am not the same person. I'm not the same person I was. Totally not. And I learned a lot of things since then. So as we approach, and this is my second nodal return. So I had my first one. I'm in my second one. But I'm just reflecting. It's like, holy crap, like I've come so far. Like it's like a paradigm shift. It's like I'm in a completely different world. I never thought I would. I never, ever for 1 second thought I would be in the position that I'm in. Good and bad, all things encompassing. This is encompassing all of our lives, all of our experiences together. And when you really think about it, you kind of look at how it just makes you realize like how delicate, how intricate all these things are in life. It's like all the inspirations that we get, all the things that lead up to certain points and lessons and spiritual growth. And it's just fascinating to me. It's so fascinating to me. And I hope that you guys take advantage of the spiritual side of life because there's so much to learn from it. There's so much more to life than just the mundane. There's so much more to life than just our routines, just our, distractions. There's so much more that you can get. Everybody has their own life purpose and, what they're into. But I mean, I'm telling you, if you just like tap into the spiritual side of things and you really try and seek those answers, your mind will be blown. And that's probably why, like, I'm thinking about like, there's some people that seem all crazy, like the spiritual people and stuff. Like, what's that one guy from, oh my gosh, he's like in those ancient alien shows. Like he has like really big hair. Like everybody knows him. He's not the craziest one. I've seen crazier before, but just like, cause he's such a different person. He's so like unique. And actually I love that about him. I love how unique he is. I like people that are different, that are not the same. Okay. I don't like the similar people. I like people that are unique in their own way and they have their own quirks and stuff. And yeah. But anyway, my point is, I'm rambling off now. My point is that he is just so like eccentric, he's just kind of like everywhere and he's like all into like everything. I love it. I mean, I guess that's why like people don't really get much into it because they're worried they're going to turn out to be like that, which I mean, it's kind of too late for me. I'm already there. So might as well just roll with it. All right. Well, hope you guys have a good day. Peace out.